Hi there. This investigation is all about yeast and how it reacts with sugar and warm water. So those are our materials. We have warm water, a bottle, both yeast and sugar. So here's sugar, here's yeast. Measured out 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 packet of yeast. I do have a balloon as well. We'll put that over the top of the jar. I'm just going to blow it up for a second and let it stretch just a little. While that's stretching, we'll go ahead and combine in the water our yeast and sugar. Question number 1 on the assignment asks you to observe what happens as these two things are combining. So let me just do a quick mix, and while they're dissolving, we'll observe and see if there's any reaction in the container. Question number 1, what did you observe when the yeast and sugar were mixed with the water? Give that just a minute to dissolve. This is warm water, approximately 110 degrees. Give you an opportunity to observe what you see in there. And then I did bring a small funnel, knowing that this will help me get it all in my bottle without spilling. Okay, there we go. Yeast, sugar, and water, warm water. Here's our balloon. We're going to put that over the top of the bottle, and we'll observe what happens. It might take a few minutes, but that's question number 2. What happened to the balloon after it was placed over the mouth of the bottle? Now, this part of the experiment, you might see a result right away. It might take a couple of minutes. Okay, depends. There's a lot of different variables. The size of your container, the temperature of your water. The amount of sugar and yeast we're using will be the same. Our directions call for 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 packet of dry yeast. You might have a different kind of jar or container. You might just be using a water bottle. Totally fine. The reaction inside will be the same. So as we're waiting to see if there's a reaction or what the reaction will be, let's read question number 3. Yeast feeds on sugar and releases carbon dioxide. Think about that for a minute. Is that what we're going to see, what we'll observe? Yeast feeding on sugar, releasing carbon dioxide. The question part of number 3 says, what challenges of life are demonstrated by this reaction? Okay, so if you need to go back through the lessons and read more about challenges of life, I would encourage you to do that so you can answer this question. Have you noticed any changes in the balloon? I haven't touched it, right? We're starting to see some very small changes in the layers happening here in the jar or bottle. You can see the initial bubble layer that was caused when I put the water, sugar, yeast mixture into the bottle. But below that now you can see a separate layer forming. That's where the yeast and the sugar are interacting. And you'll start to see the result of that reaction in our balloon. Ooh, watch carefully. What do you notice? the layer at the top of our jar or bottle is getting thicker as we see more reaction with carbon dioxide. Question number 4, how are yeast and cats similar? How are yeast and cats different? I want you to think of yeast and cats as organisms. Compare and contrast them. Think about multicellular versus single cellular. Think about needs of and challenges of life. Compare and contrast those two things for me in question number 4. We're getting some awesome results here. I wanted to bring in another sample. This one has been going for about 25 to 30 minutes. You can see just another observation opportunity for you, the difference between a few minutes, the orange one, versus 25 to 30 minutes, the blue balloon. Okay, well that concludes this video. I hope you're able to complete this experiment on your own, but if you're not, you may use this video to complete the assignment. Be sure to complete the worksheet and upload it to the correct folder for a grade. Thank you.